Hello, everybody. Sorry, I always feel bad when I have to put the music off.
Why?
Because I just
The
feel
show
bad.
has to start at some point. You
I
cannot
know.
delay it forever.
I just feel bad. Welcome, everybody, to once again another LaFemmeN Podcast with Info Guy. Say hi, Info Guy.
Hi, Info Guy.
I do every time. Okay.
You say it every time. You can't just
Because
say.
you just said to say hi.
You could just say introduce yourself.
Fine. Introduce yourself.
I already did.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Hey, T and Toasty. Hey, everybody. The music podcast. I'll try and give you something to listen to while you wait for us in anticipation. All of you just wait all the time for us. Okay. So.
Wow, such hostile host. Yeah,
No,
I agree.
it's not. Am I really hostile? Sorry. Don't be hostile. Okay. I'm allowed to be
Uh-huh.
somehow in a little way. Okay, we've got a lot of stuff to cover today, and we're more than likely going to have a little bit of an in depth kind of conversation about one or two things.
Uh, we don't usually have in-depth conversations
No,
about
but I
this stuff.
think it's going to be a little bit more than usual. I think.
Wow, like one layer deeper than usual.
Yes, I think just one layer, just one extra little layer that
Ooh,
we might just go in just a little bit, just to see.
sounds
We'll
deep.
see, we'll see. Yes, sounds extremely deep. Okay, so with all of the stuff that's been going on this week, you would think the first thing we're going to talk about is Assassin's Creed. No, we are going to be talking about The Last of Us 2 Part 2 and Ghost of Tsushima getting new release dates. And I'm giving you a warning right now. Nobody spoil anything in chat about The Last of Us 2. If you do, I will ban you. And don't even try it, Kaki, or anybody else, but I will.
You've
If a
pretty much given
random. No,
them like
I know
ideas now.
I've given them
Maybe they
what they
weren't thinking.
wanted. No,
Maybe you shouldn't have said that.
but no, but I'm just saying if somebody randomly comes into the chat and I see something, that's an immediate ban. Because you guys know it, but they don't know when they come in. But we're gonna try and like go over the Last of Us stuff like sort of pretty quickly because we don't want any more stuff coming out. So what had happened was after it being delayed indefinitely, The
Yeah,
Last of
kind of.
Us,
It's weird how quick things can happen.
now all of a sudden we're getting it.
And it was like what delayed like a week later than when it was supposed to release.
Yes, and now we're getting it on the 19th of June. So
Like it's almost anticlimactic. It's like everyone got their pre-orders refunded. This game is just coming out in like 10 years from now,
the
sort of thing indefinitely. And then all of a sudden, it's just a week later.
no, because of the amount of work that it went into, paying people back for the pre-orders, and now
Yeah,
they're
I
like,
can imagine. That's like millions back to people now. You have to get them to spend the money again just to get a week. Like, I can understand like if it was like a month or two delay, but like 1 week, like people get their refund. I guess that's their policy, so
yeah.
it is what it is.
So the thing is now it's poor Ghost of Tsushima has now been pushed back. It's like, well, you know what? We were hoping that you would just be cover up for The Last of Us Part 2, but Ghost of Tsushima's just like been
Yeah, because
pushed.
it needs its fair shake as well. Like it can't come out like a rate like if you're the same publisher for a bunch of games, you want to give them at least a month apart, maybe, just to give like breathing room.
Yeah, that's kind of I actually feel bad for Ghost of Tsushima because that's like it's been backwards and forwards, so it's just like yeah, and like Kaki says, yeah, that part confused me. How was it not ready, but then it suddenly was? We've got our theories.
I'm pretty sure it was shipping. Like they couldn't do it like physical I think physical copies is the main culprit. They weren't sure if they could do physical copy shipping around the world because of the whole pandemic thing. And then they were like, I don't know if their hand was forced because of the leaks or was this just
That
going to happen anyway. But like, why did you say like? How do you go from okay, we're delaying the game's gonna be delayed indefinitely, which like usually when that happens, like a game goes on a hiatus for like a long period.
Yes.
And from indefinitely you go like, oh, we're shipping it a week later than we were going to.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it was supposed to, The Last of Us was supposed to come out on the 29th of May.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden it can come out in June. So I think, like, you just backtracking to what you said, could it be because of the leaks? Yeah, like Kaki says, yeah, the leaks force it clearly, because basically what Naughty Dog, they tweeted on the 27th of April, and I'm just quoting from their tweet: "We know the last few days have been incredibly difficult for you. We feel the same. It's disappointing to see the release and sharing of pre-release footage from development. Do your best to avoid spoilers, and we ask that you don't spoil it for others. The Last of Us Part 2 will be in your hands soon. No matter what you see and hear, the final experience will be worth it." And that was on, the 27th of April. So I mean, we do think that played a hand in it. It must have. But
Yeah,
but
that's be
still,
like
like,
the,
also, like Kaki brought
like the
up.
head, like Neil Druckmann or whoever's head of Naughty Dog at the moment is like must have been like the lead kind of was like, shut it down, we have to
Shut
get it
it
out before they.
down.
No, do it, push the button, do it, do it.
Do it
It was like,
now.
and Sony's like, I did that whole pre-order thing for you and everything to make you look like a good guy, and I have to go back and okay, fine, I'll go do it.
The
And
amount
then
of
Sony's,
work that.
yeah, Sony's like, okay, I'll do it.
So
It's only because you're my favorite
yeah, sorry, because you're
Naughty
my
Dog.
favorite. You're bringing the dosh. But anyway, so I mean, that more than likely is the reason why. It
Yeah.
even though it was, with the supply of the games and everything like that, I just, like, also, like I said, Kaki, I mean, why all of a sudden are you able to release it? Because they did, I mean, they
Hmm.
mentioned that they wanted it to be perfect for all of us. That's why it was delayed indefinitely. So does that mean we're getting an imperfect game? I
So
mean,
we're gonna see now.
because that,
The the proof will be in the pudding,
yes.
as we see.
And also, I mean, yeah, and also does it affect the digital? Yeah, I think also, though, if it's that ready, just launch it digitally now. I
The
mean,
problem is like we're not. I know a lot of people get the copies of games now digitally. Like I even prefer to get it myself digitally, but like not everyone can get a copy of a game digitally. Not everyone has nice internet service provider who gives
yeah,
them like nice caps where you can go over 100 gigs or whatever, like a month easy. A lot of people are like, yeah, I get like 10 gigs a month to play games, and like I get like a 5 or 10 meg line or whatever, and that's as good as I get. Like, how am I gonna get this game? I have to I have to download it like over 5 months or whatever.
that, or yeah, thinking about that. I mean, with the internet that we had, maybe like how many years ago? I mean, it would
Like
not.
3 or 4 years ago, we
Yeah,
had terrible internet,
we
but
had
then we got fiber,
we
and then
we had exceptionally bad internet. I mean, it would take, how long would it take to download a game? I mean, like the
and that
place,
was like PS3 games that used to take like a day.
it was
Like
bad.
leave it up, yeah, start on in the morning, then that later the evening again if you finish downloading. Now it's like give it like an hour, maybe not even.
Not even,
Couldn't sleep, but it'll be done in 30 minutes.
yeah. So yeah, and also, just speaking of Naughty Dog and everything like that, Sony apparently has tracked down the Last of Us 2 leakers, and have gone on to say that they're not employees with Naughty Dog or Sony. So they're squashing
Mm,
those rumors, because there was a lot of rumors and people posting that it was a disgruntled employee, and then it was an ex-employee. So they've just
yeah,
basically squashed those rumors and just said that it's not. We do not know who the leakers are. So we'll just have to see. Maybe they release it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they release any names or anything like that, because that person will be hounded, and because people will be very upset. Like the gamers, we will be very upset because of the spoilers. Because you're basically ruining for everyone. Like, don't do that.
yeah.
Don't. I mean, people are looking forward to this. It's like when Endgame came out. It was like
Oh yeah.
they very specifically said, do not spoil it for other people. Like, They really were on a mission to, like, the Russo brothers and everybody, and Marvel, everybody was like, please do not ruin it for other people. So it's just,
I'm sure it'll be fine. It's just I think Naughty Dog were like, okay, I don't know what maybe their rearranged indefinite timeline was. Like maybe it was like a month or two later, or maybe it was in the year.
yeah,
But as soon as the leaks come out, I was like, do we want to sit on this for like until the end of the year with the leak out there? At least now, if we can get it out like in a month or so's time, we can. Actually, it's more than a month or so's time. But if we can get it out the quickest amount of time, like the leak will have the least amount of damage possibly.
yeah. So yeah, so I mean, we'll just have to see what happens. But like you also said, I don't think it's gonna like really damage the like
No,
sales, the
like
sales of the
hardcore,
game. No.
yeah, hardcore fans are gonna like avoid it as much as they can. And if they get spoiled, they'll still probably get the game just to experience the game because the game, like I know we're going on about the leak and story and all this stuff, but a large part of the game is actually playing the game for yourself.
Yes. So
So they
hopefully,
can't really take that like away. Like I mean, story moments are like kind of crucial for a game like Last of Us.
yes,
Like I would say it's more important for a game like Last of Us than most other stories, but the gameplay itself is also usually pretty good. So at least you don't lose that. There's no way you can get spoiled for that, really.
yeah.
At
We
least
and
there isn't.
also we
Unless
don't
there's
know,
like a
but
secret, unless there's like a secret mechanic that nobody knows about or something.
yeah, the thing is that we don't even know, and we don't want to know what the spoilers
Yeah,
are.
I
So
even I've like avoided like I'm not gonna look up it like from now till it releases.
yes,
I'm not looking at any information regarding Last of Us 2 unless it's like from a proper gaming story out of like IGN or GameSpot or whatever. Because I know those guys will go out their way not to spoil,
yeah,
hopefully,
or like
and no, and avoid comment groups and Reddit and all that
all
sort of
of the
stuff,
stuff,
and
like
yeah, just
even
avoid that.
YouTube because of thumbnails.
Yeah, just don't. Oof.
It's just,
Oof.
I was freaking out even putting together this for the stream. That's why you're only seeing Ghost of Tsushima stuff. I do not want to type in The Last of Us 2 to search on YouTube. I just don't want to because I know something's going to pop up. That's why you guys are just seeing Ghost of Tsushima stuff as well, because I just don't want anything to ruin it for me.
I
And
mean, it'll probably die down like a week or two from now. Like it won't be as much, but then as it gets close to launch, people will start doing it again.
yeah, which is sucky because I wish people just wouldn't spoil it. And Kaki also says the problem is though, is the game ruined, so the reviews will reflect that. It might not, because
No,
if you play it, maybe like I mean, they still have to play it. But it also depends. Like, did the reviewers see the
but I could
spoilers?
actually like you might actually see an opposite thing where like if a reviewer gets the game ruined for them, they'll say, just
It
to
was
spite
ruined
these freaking leakers, I'm gonna give it an extra point or whatever, just because
just out of
to annoy.
spite. You know,
Yeah.
just because at this point we still don't know who the leakers are. We don't know
It,
why they did it. They thought it would be.
it's probably like a lot of speculation has been that it's probably like QA people who don't actually work directly on the game, but they test the game and they get access to the game, but they're not like on the actual development team. They're like people who test the game for the developers to see if there's bugs or whatever, or what nonsense, or just to review story elements and whatnot to see if it's good or not.
Yeah. So, and I mean, yeah, the like Kaki saying Reddit is a minefield at the moment.
Hmm.
And they, yeah, and also with the Assassin's Creed Valhalla thing, they were doing stuff like you. I remember you told me hide it, hide chat when I was waiting for the Valhalla thing.
Yeah.
You told me just hide chat because of the
Yeah, like you
spoilers and
gotta if
stuff.
you any live event between now and then you gotta just like unless you really feel the need to see what chat is doing, like just
Just yeah,
close.
don't hide chat, just hide it, hide
Yeah,
it
just
all. So yeah, so I also kind of feel sorry for like, does this affect also Ghost of Tsushima because
yeah. I think like Ghost of Tsushima doesn't have much like buzz around it. I wouldn't say
yes,
it's not less hype. I would just say it's not there's not much attention on Ghost of Tsushima. Like Ghost of Tsushima, like when all these announcements come out, like Ghost of Tsushima is like almost like an afterthought. It's like, oh, and Ghost of Tsushima is coming out on such date, and then
yes,
everyone goes back to Last of Us 2 when they talk about. the story,
Yeah, it's like
which is
the opposite of opening act, because Last of Us is coming out first and then Ghost of Tsushima. Usually it's the first one that comes out and then everybody forgets about it because the next game is like, oh. But now the
yeah.
opening act is getting all of the hype and everything, and the main.
Yeah, and the also thing is we haven't seen much new from Ghost of Tsushima. There hasn't been
Yes.
like another gameplay reveal. There hasn't been like another like developer deep dive or preview event or whatever. And it's coming out fairly soonish.
Yes.
Like maybe next month they'll not this month, but yeah, in June there'll probably be like preview events and whatnot. Maybe.
But it's still sad that it had to be pushed back. Like, what?
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe after the buzz around Last of Us 2 dies down a little bit, then Ghost of Tsushima will get a little chance to shine on its
Because
own.
we don't know how good or bad this game is. It might be a very brilliant game, and everyone's like so focused on The Last of Us. And
Yeah, but the thing is, like, what Last of Us has going for it is it's got a bit of history as well. So,
yeah, just kind
and
of
the
sad.
developer is a little bit more, how can I say, more renowned.
Yes.
Like, Sucker Punch isn't bad. Like, I love their Infamous games,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't say they are. I think with their last Infamous game, they were getting closer to being A tier. They're still
Yes.
like they're like on the edge of the top edge of B tier, verging on A for me. I don't know
Yes.
about anyone else, but for me, like they're almost there. They just need that little. They'll be up there with Naughty Dog and Guerrilla Games right now.
Yeah. And also, Kaki says, I think Ghost is looking amazing, and I trust Sucker Punch. So that one, I'm glad to wait. See,
How
so
do you trust someone who's gonna sucker punch you though?
oh my gosh, you're just taking that like, oh my gosh, literally.
And it's in their name too.
We will
Mm.
punch you.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay. Yeah, but I think we'll see how it goes. At least, like, if the lockdowns are continuing or there's still social distancing, this will give something for people to do during that time.
yes, during this weird times as well, that too. I can't. He's a mod.
Mm, I'm immune.
He's immune to it. But
Hmm.
uh, even though it's not, I mean, The Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima is not all new news. It's just these, pushbacks and then coming back and everything like that. But
Yeah, it's
moving on,
little updates.
yeah, little tidbits. But moving on to
Mm.
something that is new, but sort of not, because we knew it was coming, and it was the least like, I mean, we were talking about where this was gonna be set.
Yeah,
The next Assassin's Creed game.
I mean,
It was the least best kept secret ever.
yeah,
And even though we got to watch that Boss Logic teaser, which was over 8 hours long,
yeah,
might I add, which I thought was kind of interesting to watch.
yeah. It was something to watch.
It was
Like
something different.
it was like a very actiony Bob Ross episode
Yeah.
without any narration.
So after many hours of everyone guessing and saying, "Oh, we're gonna
Well,
have
I
this,
mean,
have that,"
as soon as they drew the castle, I was like, pretty much Viking. And then when they drew the boat, like, yeah,
no,
Viking.
I
They
think
didn't need to draw more after
yeah,
that.
no, I don't think they even needed to. I don't think people were guessing about that it was gonna be it was gonna be a Viking esque game. I think it was more of they wanted to see what the character would look like, maybe, and just the name of the game. Because
Mm.
I think people, I mean, if you didn't think it was going to be around Vikings, then I don't know. Then there's something you weren't paying attention to any of the sources or leaks coming out over the
Yeah,
past year or so. I mean, come on, Ragnarok, that was like what they were calling it originally. So, like, come on, guys, you should have known it was gonna be this. But it was interesting to watch. I mean, 8 hours of this. I mean, this guy's very talented. I must say, and it was
yeah,
something different. It really was
yeah. It's something
very
to
very
entertain
different
people. It's not the worst ever
reveal kind of thing.
reveal thing. Like, I remember what did they do for Fallout 76? They put like a TV on a TV, and like you just saw the 76 logo with like a Fallout Boy little mascot thing, and then like occasionally people will walk by.
Oh my
and
goodness.
do something.
No.
And that was the tease for like a few hours.
And
And
Team Toasty's like,
then
they need my money now. You
and
haven't
then
seen
there
the
was
gameplay yet, though.
it'll be okay. I'm pretty sure.
Well, we're
I'm
gonna discuss some of the aspects of it. But like
Yeah,
you were saying other ways that other companies decided to reveal some stuff.
like I mean the one for Apex Legends was I think slowly less blurry if I remember, and then I remember what the one for Cyberpunk was. It was like that was so long ago.
Just
But
so long ago, so long ago.
but yeah, the reveals at least it's something different, like speed painting. Even though like less than halfway in, you kind of get like what he's going for.
Yeah, but it was
Which I mean, you can't really hide stuff with the speed paint unless like you cover half the screen black, and then it's like kind of defeats the point of showing speed.
but
Well,
like
not speed painting, but like him creating
yeah,
whatever.
but like you said, it was kind of like watching a Bob Ross kind of
Yeah,
thing.
with action music over it and no
Yeah,
narration. It's
it
like,
was. Yeah, I actually found it quite relaxing to watch, and every time I saw something new, I was like, ooh, ooh. So I know some people didn't like it, but I quite enjoyed it. It was something different.
can you
I mean,
imagine Bob Ross narrating? It's like, now see this happy little Viking, how I put this nubby little axe on his show. You see how happy he is just running across that field. You see these Vikings going across this fjord in
you've
this boat.
you've watched more Bob Ross than I have. I don't.
Yes.
Yeah, so you know what he's like, but
Bob Ross is awesome. You must watch Bob Ross. If you're feeling like you need a little oomph, he'll put you out of it.
he will bring sunshine to your life. Bob
Yes.
Ross,
He's very
TM.
happy. He's a very happy person. I don't know why. It's weird when you watch Bob Ross. It's like calming. Weird.
I found this calming. I don't know why. I thought it was calming, and it was interesting to see how much work they put in. But just looking at it now, at the end of that long teaser, they revealed the name of the game, which is Valhalla. And I mean, a
Uh,
lot of people were saying Ragnarok and all these things, and
I had my money on Vikings.
Vikings. I mean, we discussed this, like I told you, we were like, oh, well, they're not going to call it Ragnarok because that'll be like weird. And then I still
Yeah.
remember at one point I said to you, like, they can't call it Valhalla because that's a place. Like, why would they call it that if they're going to be taking on, like, maybe if it's going to be fighting the English and stuff like that? So, I mean, like you said, Vikings would be easy. Vikings.
Mm,
So,
yes.
I mean, I honestly
Well,
didn't think they would call it that, but
they did start with a V. At least that's something.
yeah. So, everybody was worried because when this came up, Kaki put the Bob Ross emote there.
Mhm.
When this reveal came on, the cinematic trailer reveal came up, everyone noticed Xbox Series X. It was affiliated with that. People were getting worried, but obviously the articles came out afterwards, and they basically said that it will be coming to PS5, Xbox
Yeah,
Series X, PS4, Xbox One, PC, and will be exclusively on the Epic Store, Game Store, and Ubisoft Store, Google Stadia, and Uplay Plus. So it's
yeah.
not it's
Basically available and everything. So I don't
yes.
know if
So
people can.
people were associating it just with Series
Yeah,
X.
that's how Microsoft gets you. Is like they put the label on it. And
Yeah.
like,
So
but you
people
gotta
were
watch out
worried.
for that world exclusive.
World X, which we
Gotta
more
watch
than
out for
likely
that.
will be seeing in something that we're going to be talking about a bit later on, the
Yes.
Summer Games Fest. So, and what we'll be showing there. So,
Mm.
what we know from this is that it's set in the 9th century Europe as players take on the wrong role of Ivor. That's how you say Ivor. A Viking
Ivor.
raider, Ivor. Raider who
Ivor.
leads their people out of Norway and into kingdoms of England. Valhalla is being developed by Ubisoft Montreal, which previously developed, as we all know, Assassin's Creed Black Flag and Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey, which also somehow there's an Odyssey DLC that has a link to this game.
Okay,
I don't
that's
know what
cool.
it is. I wanted to avoid spoilers because I have not finished Odyssey. So, and I would like to play the DLCs. I think it's the Fate of Atlantis DLC that has strong links to this game. So,
Hmm.
it's also open world setting. of England, its Dark Ages and the Viking culture, and will also bring with some key elements to Valhalla gameplay, perhaps most notably the Viking settlement Ivor is leading. So, talking about the settlements, I've seen also some information. It's kind of going to be, if I could compare it to something, when Ezio basically had to, it was
The mansion.
was
And
it
he
the
had to
mansion, the villa that he had to
yeah,
upgrade
over time.
per se, yeah, upgrade over
And
time.
there was secret armor at the bottom we had to
Yes.
unlock eventually.
So basically, Ivor,
Yes.
he can go backwards and forwards between that settlement and whatever missions he has to do, and then when he goes back to the settlement, upgrades the settlement because he needs to. It doesn't
Here, I
have
bought
to.
fish.
Yes, or whatever. I mean, I think it's that thing that they're going to be doing is sort of similar to what happened with Ezio's villa upgrade thing, but just a little bit more in depth, I think. So that that should be interesting. So that
Yeah.
is with your setting, and also they've mentioned that your path in the game is not dictated to you. So it's not like you have to do this in the game. So just do missions, or I mean, obviously you're gonna have to do missions, but you don't have to do side missions. You can focus. You can just focus.
You don't need to grind for levels.
No grinding. They've tried to take away from that because they got a lot of
But what
flack.
if you need to sharpen your axe and there's a grinding table?
Then you need to grind that way. Farming, then I don't know what the lingo is, but they have to basically, because with Odyssey, people complained about the grinding. It was just, they said it was just too much. It took too long, so they've taken that out, it seems. So you can take different paths. You can focus on your settlement and just upgrading that, and just going out every so often to go get resources for your settlement. You can focus on the actual campaign, or you can just develop your character Ivor the way that you want to. They said it's up to you. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. But they did say that they listened to what people said, and the grind, they understand people did not like that as much in Odyssey. So hopefully it won't be too much of a mission to get, because of the upgrade system. It's not.
Hopefully with this new release, fans won't have an axe to grind.
Yes, they won't have an axe to grind. You know that they have swords as well. Anyway, so that more than likely will be how they move along with it. And also, Ivor can either be male or female, but they got the same name. So it's not a brother or sister duo kind of thing as it was in Odyssey. And also, Ivor, the character, is canon, has been confirmed as canon. So what that means, I do not know. I don't know what the links are. We'll just have to see.
Maybe it's a big gun.
Big gun. We'll have to see, because obviously when you finish playing the game, obviously it's going to link up to another Assassin's Creed game that we're going to be waiting for. Also, people notice that the hidden blade, is no longer under the arm but on top, which they find very fascinating, and very different design. Also, your character will be dual wielding weapons. So you can have two axes and you can grind them, or you can have an axe and a sword or whatever, spear, but you're going to be dual wielding your weapons.
Sounds fun.
And basically you can also change what your character looks like if you're playing as
customization, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, if you're playing as Ivor, female or male. Once again, only one character called Ivor. So you can, and there's going to be a dialogue in the story, and there's going to be different choices and political alliances that will affect the world of Valhalla. So also the thing is that this is the first entry in the series to take advantage of the PS5 and the Series X.
I don't have much faith for games that are going to be cross-gen are not going to they'll look better and maybe they'll run faster, but that's
Yeah.
about it. They won't be like it won't be like that. This game was specifically made for PS5 or Xbox
Yeah, because
Series
apparently
X.
this is supposed to be a flagship Ubisoft game on the next gen consoles. So we'll just have to see if it really. I mean, obviously it will load faster,
Yeah.
but see, I don't know,
Yeah,
and rendering will be better and graphics will be better. But I think
uh,
once you've played it on a PS4 or Xbox One, I mean,
it
is it gonna make a difference?
it might make a little bit of difference. I don't think it'll be that. The main thing, which what Kaki brought up a while ago, is that on Xbox you'll be able to buy the Xbox One version, and then if you get an Xbox Series X, you can upgrade it for free to the Xbox Series X version.
But can you do
Now, I
that?
don't know. That's the question. Will Sony start lying? Because like this is the second title that's going to do it. This like after Cyberpunk said they'll do it with Xbox. So is Sony going to do it, or is Sony just like, I want the
Well,
extra money, so you're going to have to buy it twice?
I mean,
Or
Sony has
we're
been
just going to have to wait. We're just going to have to wait till the PS5 comes out to get it.
Sony's really just resting on their laurels right now. They really
Oh, maybe they're saving in the back pocket and be like, yo, we're doing it too and better.
we don't know. But like, I mean, some devs have been saying that the PS5 is far superior than the Xbox Series X. So I don't know. I
The
I,
thing
I
is, like, there's like, not to defend either console or whatever, but like, we have to wait until actual games come out because
yeah,
like, a developer can say the moon is gonna be delivered to you, and then they actually just deliver you a little rock.
yes.
You have to actually wait to see what they do
You have to
with it.
take it with a pinch of salt.
Yes.
So we'll just have to see. But I mean, I did like the trailer. It looked cool to me, but obviously it's a cinematic trailer, so it's not gameplay. I do think though that we will be seeing gameplay when Xbox do their digital show, which we'll be getting into shortly. We will be talking about that. I do think that they will be showing more there. I have a sneaky
Yeah.
suspicion they will. But I
You
mean,
think they'll show first party stuff?
we're gonna get to that. We're
Okay.
gonna get to that. The little bits. We're gonna get to all those little bits. But I
Hmm.
mean, I think Valhalla will do well. I mean, look. I mean, when I was watching the trailer with everyone live, I
Hmm.
mean, it was like, take my money, take my money. Oh, I'm so into this. So I mean, just from a cinematic trailer, I mean, they're really into it. I do like the look of the protagonist, Ivor.
Uh-huh.
Um, and he looks cool. He doesn't sound too bad. Hopefully, his voice is cool and not like Alexios, because really that was bad. That's why everybody played as Cassandra, and Cassandra was just a better character. Sorry, everybody out there, if you're fans of Alexios, but if you play as him, it's just cringy. His voice is extremely cringy. So hopefully they got the voice right with him. But it looks interesting. It's actually more colorful than I thought it would be. A lot of people thought it was going to be very, very gray. Like a very
Very,
gray,
very
yeah, very gray game. So they were quite surprised that actually it's quite colorful.
colorful.
Yeah, it's quite
Yeah, I
colorful.
mean, like, it's weird how gaming goes through stages of color. Like, beginning of the PS3, Xbox 360 era, it was all brown shooters. I remember that.
Brown
Like, it
shooters.
was it was like for like 2 years or so. It was like every shooter that came out was just like a different shade of brown. Like the environment and stuff would be different, but it was just a different shade of brown.
Yeah, and also I just forgot about this that was in the trailer. So with everybody that can't see this with Odin, um that they have teased that that is in fact Odin, and with the raven at the top, and obviously you're not going to have an eagle anymore. It's going to be a raven because it fits in with everything. Um because Vikings and ravens go together, not eagles. So you will have a raven, but they have teased that that could possibly be Odin, and Odin could possibly
Uh,
be an assassin. We will have
Okay,
to see.
okay, so just my impression from that whole cinematic scene, Odin, the powerful god that he is hiding behind a tree in the middle of a battle, waiting for his chance to strike.
I don't know. That's
Odin.
I don't know if it's just like getting you hyped. I don't know. They just teased it. They were asked about it, so I don't know.
I'm just
So
saying that, like,
no,
it's like
I know.
they're kind of stretching that just a little bit. It's like Odin, father of Thor,
Is an
like
assassin. I know.
leave the gods just hang in the middle of the battlefield behind a tree,
I know, but they did.
waiting for a chance to strike.
But what they did also, I mean, with Odyssey, they do go down that route, which you wouldn't think they would with specific uh, characters from mythology being part
Mm-hmm.
of the brotherhood or whatever you want to call it. So it's just
Uh-huh.
they've gone down that route, but we'll have to see. But it is they have confirmed that is Odin, or just a vision of Odin. We don't know, but talking about this, we more than likely will see gameplay of this, and where we will see it is something that we did not think would happen and was breaking news, and Thunder Phoenix came into chat and just told me about this. Mr. Jeff
Yeah.
Keighley
Yes.
revealed on his Twitter feed the Summer Game Fest, and we were all like, what? What is this? So apparently,
Is it not to be confused with IGN gaming or summer thing?
no,
Because
it's
everyone's just like,
it
obviously summer and gaming go together, so let's just mix those two with the naming. Like, that's the thing now.
no, it's very much something in its own entity. It's got nothing to do with IGN or GameSpot or anything like that.
I can see now people getting confused between those two things. They're
They
too similar.
they they are doing their own individual things. This is completely separate. So Jeff Keighley apparently will be acting as both curator and host of pre and post shows, and he basically said in a statement, in these uncertain and challenging times, it's more important than ever that video games serve as a common and virtual connection point between us all. Uh, SGF, aka Summer Game Fest, is an organizing principle that promises fans a whole season of video game news and other surprises from the comfort of your home. And it's Keighley's hope to move beyond just teasers and trailers of upcoming games to include demos when possible. And he says, our goal is to have a fully functioning digital pipeline for demos, gameplay across all platforms. So we can give fans access to more play. That means demos, but also more in game events, live game launches, and so on. And Keighley will be working closely on Summer Game Fest events with Echo Park's I'm 8-Bit, which operates a video game art gallery, runs a record label, and also creates game-focused marketing events such as a carnival that accompanied a Fortnite competition at the forum. And Keighley says he will lean heavily on 8-Bit's expertise in the indie space to make sure Summer Game Fest touches on more than just high-profile releases.
Okay.
And we all remember 8-Bit. They pulled out of E3, if you all recall that. And then obviously
Yeah.
Jeff Keighley pulled out. So the fact that
I
he's
think
working with them.
I think Jeff Keighley pulled up before them, so
So the fact that they
he
all.
was the trendsetter, not
He
the
was
other
the
way around. Get your
trendsetter.
facts straight. Get
He
your
was
facts straight.
sorry, he was the trendsetter. So
Well,
he.
actually, Sony was the trendsetter before all of them, so get your facts
Oh
straight about
yes,
that
even
too.
yeah, Sony. Sony pulled out first, like a whole year before everybody.
They were so ahead they did it last year already.
Yes. So they did it a whole year before everybody.
Yeah, get your facts straight.
So he is going to be doing that with them. And now I was like, well, what is this Summer Fest game experience, whatever you want to call it? What is this?
Why can't they just call it Game Fest?
Because it's summer in America, they don't think about us.
Okay, and the other half of the planet?
They don't think about us. That's the problem. So what is it? And Maddie, yeah, basically E3 is dead. Just
It's dead this year. Maybe next year they'll coil a phoenix spell on it and like resurrect it and come back.
so this is what we can be expecting from the Summer Game Fest.
Yeah, it's maybe spread out. Like it's from what month to what month
Wait,
again?
I'm going to tell you now. So the lineup for Phase 1, there's Phase 1, will be running
Jesus,
from
we got
May
phases.
May to August 2020, and this will include 2K.
May till August.
Yes, just hold on, wait. 2K, Activision, Bandai Namco, Bethesda,
Namco.
Bethesda. Wait,
Not
man, I'm
Namco.
trying to say all this stuff. Bandai, Namco, Bethesda, Blizzard, whatever.
Bandai Namco.
Do you want to read it? Do you want to read
Yeah,
it?
I could read it if
Read
you
it.
want me to.
You read it then.
Okay. Bandai Namco, Bethesda,
Yes.
Blizzard, Bungie, CD Projekt Red, Extremes, EA, PlayStation, Power Division, Riot Games, Square Enix, Steam, Warner Brothers, and Xbox. And Nintendo and Ubisoft teams to be missing from this lineup.
So we don't know if Nintendo and Ubisoft are going to be part of it. More than likely, they will. What else does it say?
What else does what say?
Summer Game Fest is also going to be a 4-month-long industry-wide celebration of gaming. And like we said before, and Jeff Keighley said, all the news you've been waiting for, playable content, in-game events, and more from the video game industry. And they will be streaming via all major channels, including Facebook, Mixer, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. As for details around specific events, publishers will handle those announcements directly. Platforms such as Steam and Xbox will also offer demos and trials of some games for a limited time. The Steam Game Festival Summer Edition is set for June 9th to 14th.
It seems to be spread out over too long a period, if I'm honest.
Well, we'll just have to see, because I suppose it's with the whole... They obviously need to get all the developers and stuff to give them like the things to showcase, because obviously they're all putting their stuff together.
I think like what T and Toast said, I can't see Nintendo being part of it. I think Nintendo is gonna do what they do. Like they're not really they're kind of part of E3, but not part of E3. But they hold their
Direct.
Nintendo Directs like around about E3, so they're kind of making themselves part of E3 in a way. Like they're just gonna do the same with this. They'll just somewhere in the middle of all that nonsense, there's gonna be a Nintendo Direct or two, and it's gonna be like, oh, okay, Nintendo's kind of part of it, not really part of it, sort of thing. But they're doing their own thing, sort of thing.
And T and Toasty, brave to call Mixer a big platform.
Yeah. If I'm honest, yeah, that's true.
And also, they
got the names though. They got all the names.
They got all the names.
Yeah.
Also, Xbox Series X gameplay on Inside Xbox will be part of the Summer Game Fest, and this is happening on the 7th of May. So it seems like they're trying to fit in everybody when they want to reveal their stuff, when they're going to have their stuff ready.
I mean, okay, maybe I come off two minds of the 4-month period thing. Like, it makes sense because the problem with E3 that's been over the last few years, like everything's crammed into like a week or two space.
Yeah.
And like there's like 1,000 announcements and like you miss half of it because you can't see everything that comes out because it's just like a constant stream of information. You only pick and choose like the best of the best.
Yeah.
And maybe with this, like you get like maybe the smaller developers and whatnot will get more exposure.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because I mean they've got a long lineup. I mean, it's a lot of companies that are going to be showing off their stuff. So and just talking.
This would be perfect if they just drop the summer part of it and just call Game Fest.
Maybe they change it. I don't know. I don't know if they're trademarked.
Because I don't like the acronym either. What's the acronym? SGF.
SGF.
Sounds like suntan lotion.
Suntan lotion. But
I guess it's a summer event, so you're gonna have to get SGF on your skin.
And also because the Xbox Series X gameplay will be part of this. During the week, Microsoft has already mentioned that a new Halo game will be coming to the platform, as we all know. Duh. The tech giant promises more reveals next week, meaning the 7th of May. And Microsoft's Xbox head Phil Spencer, in a recent interview with CNBC, noted that he didn't anticipate production concerns due to the coronavirus, but did note some games may be behind schedule due to work from home constraints.
That's fine. That's understandable.
But how many games do we think Microsoft's going to be showing?
if they're doing like a whole proper little event thing, I think it's minimum we can expect is 3. Minimum, absolute minimum.
Do you think
And I mean,
Halo?
I'm not saying like 3 games in total. Like I'm saying minimum 3 biggish games, like with sprinkled little games in between.
You think?
I think.
Okay, and they mentioned
I think.
that CD Projekt Red's also going to be there, so I don't know what they're going to show because I don't want them to show any more. Like, do you want them to show more Cyberpunk? Because that
a little bit more, just a little bit more, because like they kind of at the last second they kind of like pulled the rug under people and said like no, a little bit later, you know, come back a bit later, like maybe just keep the audience a little bit more, just keep that level of hype, just a little something, not a CG trailer or something, just a little, I don't know, gameplay thing. And they don't have to do like a whole 45-minute thing or even the 15-minute one they did last year. They can do like a little 5-minute trailer where they show whatever updates they've been doing since then and now. Like, this is how the game's actually gonna look at launch, because like
and no
by
Keanu
the time
and no Keanu. Shame Keanu.
yeah, I don't think they can get him again. Like, you can't repeat that kind of thing again.
So I mean we don't know how the whole everybody's digital experience, I'm doing this in inverted commas, digital experience is going to be. So basically Microsoft are going to be setting maybe the tone of what to look forward to, or if people are going to try and do something different, because PlayStation's also part of that group. So what
Well,
are
I
they
mean,
going to
like
bring? Are they going to announce? Are
Sony's
we
gonna
going to get
announce
it?
either their console this month or next month. That I think that next month is the absolute latest they can leave it to actually show the console. Because if it's coming out at the end of the year, they have to show it like soonish. Because you can't have like people wanting to buy a product they haven't seen like a couple of months before it's coming out.
So
I mean, that's just silly.
it's just going to be, I'm very interested to see how each of these companies are going to go ahead with their digital, experience for people to watch
Well, I mean,
online.
like, out of everyone, I think Nintendo's got the most experience, which is funny because Nintendo's usually not the one on top of things when it comes to like internet side of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've been doing Nintendo Rex for so long now. They kind of got the formula down.
Yeah.
Like Sony's they were getting better with their states of play. They were getting a little better. Like, I think they were figuring it out. Xbox, I've only seen 1 or 2 of their internet things. It wasn't bad. It's just like they try and make it feel like a live event with a crowd and stuff, and I don't think they can do that.
Yeah. I don't know.
They're
It's
gonna
going
have
to be very
they
interesting to see how
yeah.
everybody does, how they
But
envision
it'll
it.
be fun to see the people who mess up, like EA, and Bethesda will probably do something doff.
Because we
Or
don't know as
stupid.
well, because of the virus and the social distancing thing, how they're going to be doing it. Because are they going to be doing it like everybody's been, using Discord and trying to do everything
No,
via
look,
Skype? We don't, because we don't know where it's going to be between the months now of May
I
and
mean, like, all you have to
September
do to
or
keep people
August.
happy is just do a production of like a little show where you show the game that you were going to show off.
Yes.
You don't have to have people talking too long. It's just like a Nintendo Direct. Like, Nintendo like has the formula down. Like, literally just copy that. You can put your own little spin on it or whatever you want to
I'm
do.
telling
But
you now, people are going to try and do their own little spin and think, oh, this is so cool. And then it's not. But we'll wait for that.
yeah,
My money's also on EA to do that. That is
EA is like tone deaf for some reason. I don't know. At this point, we'll see what they come up with.
and
Like I can imagine EA teasing next gen stuff with only CGI trailers and
yeah.
like no gameplay whatsoever, or like hinting a game that people actually want from EA, and then it being like not the version of the thing they wanted, like it's a mobile version,
Oh
or it's
gosh,
like
don't say that.
or it's a multiplayer of a single player game or something stupid like that. I can imagine EA doing something dope like
Okay,
that.
well,
Like
you
they
guys
sometimes
heard
are
it
so
here
tone
first.
deaf.
Yeah, you guys heard it here first. You basically more than likely called it. And Tiantosi says Nintendo Directs are amazing, but still have issues. With the last Pokemon one, they messed the ending up. And also, Kaki says EA need to shoehorn at least 8 football players and a commentator in their own EA
Yeah.
Direct. Will just be some guy standing there, maybe sitting there, and just asking for money, then saying, "We got FIFA 21, so give us money."
Yeah, that's true. Like if they do put on a online thing, like half the show is going to be sports games as well. Like the other half,
Yes.
you can write off half the show because it's just going to be sports stuff that it's weird though. Like they get a lot of sales from their sports games, but the sports people who actually buy the game don't watch EA press conferences for some reason. So we get like the short end of the stick. We have to watch it because EA thinks like, oh, we have to provide some information to those people who buy the games, even though they don't watch this sort of thing.
I mean, we don't
And
have to watch EA, but
I
we
know
do.
the
But
problem
we
is
do.
that
It's so
sometimes
bad. It's
some
so bad. It's so good and cringy that you do just want to watch it just to see them crash and burn.
yeah, there are times when like they release. Well, it hasn't been recently, but there have been times in the past where they do actually release good-ish games. But yeah,
Those are very few and far between.
yeah, it's actually I'm like struggling to remember the last EA release that like I was like, oh, that actually looks good. Like maybe Battlefield 1, but they messed it up after release. Fine.
And the recent
Yeah.
Star Wars game didn't do too bad.
But the thing, that reveal event they had for it was
I know it was
terrible.
bad. Was really bad.
Yeah, so it's not, that wasn't the game's fault, that was EA's fault
Their
for like,
fault. That is watching. Sometimes I see it and it's just cringy. It's so
yeah.
cringy to watch. It's just the worst. So
Like they made it seem like it's just gonna be a very, very super linear Star Wars game. And apparently it's not. It's like a Metroidvania kind of
yeah,
style where you can pick and choose where you want to go and stuff. Like, okay, if I'd known that, that would have been a bit better to showcase that off than just the plain level stuff. Anyway, that's EA.
that's EA. So, but it will be interesting to see if these companies, some of them that are at E3 each year, if they try and take the same elements that they use and try and put it
Yeah.
into their, digital direct, whatever they're gonna call it, experience for all of us to watch. Because all of this, I didn't even mention, all of this is gonna be free for everybody to watch. There's a website for the Summer Game
I
Fest.
mean, like, what are they going to charge people? Like,
No, you never know. Like EA,
like BlizzCon does to watch
yeah,
some of their
well,
stuff on there. Like, get your virtual tickets.
yeah. So
Yeah.
at least they made it very clear that it's free. You don't have to, because I
Well, I
promise
mean,
you, anybody would
why would
try.
they,
They
yeah,
would
why would they
try.
start? No, they wouldn't. I don't think they would be able to get away with it because, like, watching not the EA, the E3 conferences each year, it's free to watch on the internet.
Yeah, no, but this time people will try anything just to make money, and people don't have money.
Yeah, Bethesda will be like, okay, you get the first 5 minutes of the conference free, but then you have to pay about $10 to see the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, like things
But
like
if you
that.
pay 15, we'll give you 20 minutes. Ooh,
You never know.
that's a skill.
So I'm sure that they've put that down in contracts and stuff. Like you can't be doing this, and this. So because it's supposed to be free, it should be free. But these companies will look for any loophole to charge just for us to watch stuff. I mean, it's ridiculous. So we'll just have to see.
We'll see how it goes. Like the format is going to be interesting to see. Is it going to be like a generalized format where like everything's like under E3, or is everyone just going to do their own thing and they're technically part of the Summerfest thing?
Yeah.
It's like every man for himself. Like you got the go ahead from Jeff Keighley to be a part of this platform sort of thing.
But I think we're also just focusing on what the digital direct things. I'm just going to call them that for now. From all the companies and devs and stuff, but they are going to be doing post-show, pre-show stuff. I mean, they're going to be interviews and stuff.
I mean, okay, honestly, what do most people watch at E3? They don't watch the pre-show stuff. They don't watch post-show stuff. They don't, like, even the interviews, which I kind of find interesting. I don't think most people watch that. Most people watch the conferences.
Yeah, I'll watch it sometimes if I want to know more information about it.
Because most people watch the conferences.
Yeah, so we'll have to see. And Kaki, you might not see Ubisoft dancing because they haven't signed up yet to be a part of
They'll
it. So you,
get the panda in there somewhere. They'll get the panda costume in there somewhere. They'll
but
sneak
they
in.
haven't signed
They'll
up.
get it there.
They
They'll get
haven't
it
signed
there.
up yet, unless Jeff can get them to sign up. But we'll
I
have to
just have to
see.
put some guy in a panda costume dancing all by himself. He doesn't have to be any around anyone. Social distancing panda. It'll be fine.
Social distancing panda. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I mean that's basically it. We're just gonna have to. I mean, it's literally starting on the 7th of May with Xbox. So we're gonna be watching that. Are you gonna be watching
Yeah.
that? Are we gonna cover that?
Yeah, we'll cover that.
I
We'll
don't know what time it is.
see.
Yeah,
Well,
the time
let's just
might
see
be
what the
weird.
format is like. I don't know if it's like, is it gonna pre-recorded stuff, live shows, or we'll see. We'll have to
We'll
see.
have to see. We don't
My
know.
money is gonna be on like a lot of pre-recorded stuff, so they can avoid people messing up and having random drunk crowds like cheer people on.
Yeah, we are literally going into uncharted waters right now. We have no idea what to look forward to, and also how this will affect, if it's going to affect, uh, people's thoughts of E3, and if they think
I
it's
mean, like,
better, if they think
if
it's
this if
better
this
than,
is if this becomes like super successful, like E3 is gonna have like quite a bit of competition next year.
yeah,
If this thing runs in tandem with that, I can see publishers and game developers like, all that money to go to E3 or just do the online thing and we get almost the same amount of coverage. Seems kind of like an easy choice to me, but we'll see.
well, just because also the thing is that right now, because of the world as it is right now, we don't know if we're going to be in the same situation next year this time. You know what I mean? So it's just
Hmm.
weird times right now. So things are changing, and maybe this is the future of how we get our information now of releases, and this is how it's going to be from now on. We don't know.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to see. And no, guns, I haven't seen the Uncharted Drake's Quarantine yet.
Hmm.
So it's 5 p.m. for us, the Xbox show. Well, it should be 5 p.m. for us. So
Yeah, we'll see.
we'll see. It's on the 7th of May, Tea and Toasty. It's on the 7th of May.
The 7th of May is a
Yes.
Thursday,
A
so
Thursday.
maybe
Next
we will
week,
see.
Thursday. Next week, Thursday.
We will see what type of event it is. Like, if it's like a clock that's like an hour until the show comes on, it's like, okay,
We'll have
maybe.
to, yeah. I'll watch it, guns. I will watch it. I'll get to it. I've been a bit busy the last couple of days. But I will get to it. I've seen the thumbnail for it. I will get to it. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting times, and we'll just have to see what happens.
I think depending on how it goes, like next year you could see like a very tame like E3 compared to all previous years.
Yeah.
Depending on how well, if this year is like if it's like a mixed bag, because I can see it also I can see it going both ways. I can see this summer game fest like, okay, like when's all the stuff happening and people like tune in and like, okay, that's not as, I don't feel as much hype as I did like during E3, or
Yeah.
like this, or maybe the format is not as intriguing or interesting, or whatever reason. Like I can't think of all the reasons it could be great or it could not be great at this time. But like we'll have to see.
We'll have to,
I
and
want to see how it goes, because if it goes well, it means like E3 becomes like E3 went from like very fairly relevant still at the beginning of this year to like very not relevant like
yeah.
a few months into this year, which is like quite scary actually. Like
But
E3's gone through its ups and downs, but this is like,
bad.
ooh, this is like a big down.
Yeah. But I think we should. Well, I will try everybody to cover if each of these companies are going to have their little digital direct uh, shows for us. I will try and cover them in live, react with all of you, and if Info Guy is available, he can sit in with me and like we can just like
We'll do
comment. Yeah, we'll do,
in-depth analysis of the
yes, and
announcements,
have
as
our
well as
live
funny remarks
reactions. Yeah,
and very in-depth analysis. I'll
yeah,
see if I can sneak in some puns in there. Yeah,
yes.
definitely, definitely.
Don't worry, Maddie. We are not searching anything for The Last of Us 2. That
Yeah,
we moved on from that. We spoke about it very quickly
I
and moved on.
I think this will be the last time we talk about Last of Us 2 until it actually comes out,
Yeah.
if I'm honest. Just
I
to avoid the chance of anything like that
Yeah,
happening.
I didn't even search for a video to play for this podcast. I just said Ghost of Tsushima stuff because I knew if I typed anything to do with The Last of Us on YouTube, I know I would see a thumbnail or something. So, and I
Mm.
specifically said if anybody says anything during the stream, I will ban them if they say any of the spoilers from The Last of Us. And Gunn says Microsoft needs to convince me with games. And I think
Yeah,
a
we'll
lot of
see.
people feel that way. Gunn,
I think
seriously.
I think every platform holder needs to convince everyone with games. I think, like, even Sony at this point, like, what are they showing next gen?
Yeah.
Like the only thing I've seen for Sony next gen is really that Godfall game, if I'm honest.
And there wasn't
And that
really
didn't
much.
they didn't really set the world on fire for me. And
Yeah.
like the next gen, what was it? Not even gameplay, in engine footage for Halo Infinite. It was like it looked good, but like
Yeah, we need
show
to
me
see
game.
gameplay.
I need some gameplay, man.
But we'll see. It's going to be interesting. The next couple of months are going to be interesting for us because it is running from May, I think, to August. So there will be random streams, I think, from us, like just trying to react to these things and see what they offer. But yeah,
Yeah.
we just have to see. And no info, guys. We don't have an attic.
Mm.
We don't
I,
have basements or attics here.
I'm somewhere on the internet, somewhere locked away.
Yeah, he's part of the internet. He's in the Matrix.
Mm. I'm hooked indirectly.
So yeah, but anyway, Sony always kill them with their AAA titles, guys.
Mm.
I'm not even gonna bring it up. Oh, it's just gonna. You don't know. The Xbox could win this one, this gen. I don't know. Maybe
I
not. I
think
don't know.
this, like I think I've said this like quite a few the podcast. I think this generation is going to be a lot more even than past generations. Like, there's not going to be one that starts out with a huge head start, or one that just seems like ultimately better from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's going to be, I think, which will make it good because if they're competitive through the whole generation, then they'll keep pushing each other to do better, which
Yeah.
will be better
Which is
for
good for
consumers.
us. Yeah, it's good for
Yeah,
us.
because then they'll do price cuts. They will do everything just to keep our attention if it's like 50-50. Because right now, Sony's almost back to what the kind of prestige they had in the PS2 era almost.
Yeah.
And that was like when they got a big hit. That was like, whatever, we can release whatever freaking console we want and they would just buy it. $600, easy. Get a second job, do it.
Yeah. But we're just gonna have to see now because like I'm even interested like and I never thought I would say like the Series X. Like if I could afford both PS5 and Series X I would do it, but obviously I can't. But we just have to see what they're gonna offer and also we have to take it with a pinch of salt because more than likely they're gonna be showing cinematic trailers. They need to show gameplay. If they don't show gameplay it's gonna look bad. So
Yeah, I think if I'm honest now, I think we've reached the point now when games should not really be shown anymore with CG,
it should
like
it should be
pseudo
gameplay.
gameplay nonsense thing. It should like literally like be in engine footage. Like, even though I don't like when a trailer says like this is shot in game, blah blah blah, even though it's not actually gameplay, but it was shot in game. I prefer that versus like
Cinematic.
completely CGI rendered cutscene.
Yeah.
Which like it looks pretty, it looks nice, but like the game won't look like that.
Yeah. Because you're putting a false image
Yeah,
in people's heads because they're like, oh, this is so cool. And like they have it in their head like, oh, it's going to look like this. And then they get it. They're like, no. So it's
we've
not the
reached the
feeling I
point now where
wanted.
you don't need to do that anymore. You don't
Yeah.
need to like make the graphics look better than they were, or like help the consumer imagine how good the games will look. The game should start actually looking like that now. We're in the like what
Yeah.
ninth generation of consoles. Like on PS4, on PlayStation 4, the Final Fantasy 7 remake, the game looks better than Advent Children, which came out like in the early 2000s, and that was a completely CGI generated like movie, and the game looks better than that.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't be doing that anymore. We should be like, okay, full on just in
Gameplay.
engine all the time,
Yeah.
gameplay.
We need to see
No,
it.
no
Damn it.
more this CGI stuff. It should be outlawed. It should be done. We should be like past it now. We don't need it no more.
Yeah, and also, like Maddie says, the only way I'm going to buy a PS5 at start is if I move to the USA or Europe by then. I mean, I don't think we're gonna be getting it on launch. And also because they said that they're not gonna have a lot of stock more than likely. So, because of,
Yeah, it's gonna be small launches. It's gonna be like,
yeah, and then they're gonna be eBay people that are just gonna try and, it's just gonna be bad. But we'll see. We'll just have to see. We'll That's all we can hope for. But yeah, I mean that's it for this week, guys. I mean, nothing else major happened. Those were the major stories this week. I mean, anything else, it was a bit small, little, minute little things.
yeah.
But yeah, there's nothing else. I don't think anybody else has anything else to say in chat about Xbox and Sony because this war is starting again. The war between the two are starting again. See, there we go. Price gauges and tell what you're looking for. There we go. Hopefully Sony reveals something between
Well, it's gonna be
now.
on. It's gonna be on next few months. It's gonna be on between Microsoft and Sony. One of them's gonna. They have to start throwing the punches.
Yeah. And also like we need to see more games now.
Yeah.
That's gonna be coming up with next gen. We have to.
And it's also going to give us an idea of like what the launch lineup is going to be for these next gen consoles. Is it going to be mostly crossovers, so games from this generation that get ported to things, so they're slightly better resolution, better frame rate, but they ultimately just the same game?
Or are we
Or
gonna get like new stuff? Like
yeah, the
proper
stuff
new
that you
stuff.
can only do on Xbox Series X and PS5. The stuff you can't even think of doing it on the PS4 and Xbox One.
The
like,
stuff that we want to see. That's the stuff we want to see. We don't really want to see the other stuff. We want to see like new IPs and
we want to see the good stuff.
Yes, the good stuff. So it's going to be very interesting over the next 3-4 months. In the gaming industry, we'll just see what they're all going to be releasing.
Well, usually this would be when hype for E3 would start picking up, because this is when developers would be like, okay, we got to get ahead of the announcement stuff that's going to come for E3. So this is when like leaks and lots of reveals would start popping up, and eventually you get to the point where like it's like a reveal almost every other day.
Yeah. And this is when the conferences are happening. Conferences are happening now. It will be over this 4-month period or 5-month period that would be happening, and now obviously they're not because what's happening in the world. But yeah, I am excited, and I just want to see what's going to happen.
I think it'll be interesting, one way or the other. Like either they're gonna mess up, which will be fun to see, or they'll do spectacularly well, which will be fun to see. Hopefully they won't do something boring and just bore us to death.
But you guys in chat, like, is there anything that you guys are excited to see from the Summer Fest, this Summer Game Fest? I need to get used to saying that. Summer Game Fest.
Maybe we should just call it the Northern Hemisphere Fest, because it's like it's only the Northern Hemisphere. Like what? I know we rake on it a bit much, but like it's really like it's winter here. It sounds it's like when you guys have summer sales up in the north. It
says
like
winter
totally
sales. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like totally over our heads. Like summer sale in a couple of months there'll be a summer sale. Why are you talking about summer sale?
Yeah.
No, it's like Northern.
And wait. Teen Sophie, what I'm liking about Xbox is if you buy the game on the Xbox One, when you buy the new console, they will have it. Yeah, for the free upgrade.
Yeah.
That is, I mean, that's a tick in the box.
I think Sony's going to have to match them on that. That'll be a tick against them. But I mean, they'll only really be applicable like maybe the first 2 years, the console cycle, the new one that's coming out. Like after that, most games are going to be straight up just developed for the new consoles.
And Kaki's looking forward to seeing all the mess ups and Jeff Keighley falling off the stage. Maddie is looking forward to hopefully a Donkey Kong remake.
Ooh.
So I mean, people are excited for things. I don't know what I don't have anything specific in mind. If anything happens, it will be like a real like, oh my gosh, they just did that kind of thing. There's nothing in my mind. I'm just
excited to be excited.
You're just excited to be excited. But I mean, yeah, that's it for this week, guys. I mean, oh wait, Agony 2. T and Toasty wants Agony 2. Oh gosh, no, Toasty doesn't want. No,
no,
Toasty's joking. He's trying to get on Kaki.
yeah.
Kaki
That
is.
game was named so well. They didn't even know.
it's
They didn't even know how well they named that game.
Toasty knows it's Kaki's favorite game. And Bethany wants Overwatch 2 news, but I'm highly doubtful.
Nah, Blizzard. I don't know what Blizzard's gonna do.
Well, they're gonna be there.
I don't think they're gonna have a BlizzCon this year, if I'm honest,
No,
because
but they're
usually
gonna.
their BlizzCon is usually with hundreds of people.
Yeah, but they are part of the lineup, so they have to bring
They'll show the games. I'm sure they'll show stuff in development. Like they'll show obviously Overwatch 2 and whatnot.
You might get it, Matt and Bethany. You might get Overwatch 2 news. You don't know.
Yeah.
They are part of the lineup. Blizzard is part of the lineup.
I'm sure they'll show stuff.
So, yeah, I need to find those IGI2 files again. So, yeah, I mean, it seems like everybody's sort of like excited. Still, we need to still have some excitement. A little bit. Even though we don't have our E3 or whatever, at least we're getting something. It's better than nothing.
We're getting, what's the acronym again? We're getting our SGF.
SGF, yeah, SGF. We need to just get rid of SGF.
Get your suntan lotion ready because SGF is coming out.
Guns, I want a Shadow of the Colossus remaster remake on PS.
Yeah.
No. No.
Better loading times.
It didn't have problems with loading times. I played it.
Well, now we'll definitely not have any problems with loading times.
I played it. It's perfect as it is. Oh my god.
It needs to be more perfect.
And also,
that reminds me. What is that Blue Point Games been working on? They've been working on a game for like forever, and they still haven't seen anything. Maybe it'll be for
maybe we see something. Maybe.
They've been really quiet.
Yeah.
And they do good remasters or remakes or whatever they do. Whatever term they want to use. Whatever they
I think make. Remasters.
Remakes.
Remaster remakes.
Yes, those
things.
Yes.
But Joe, no. I mean, is there anything you would like be surprised if anything pops up at one of these conferences? These digital conferences that I really don't know what to call them.
What would surprise me, or what would I like to see?
What would you like to see that you've been hoping for, and maybe they just might bring it to you?
I don't want to suggest what I want because I know EA will mess it up somehow.
Is it Mass Effect again?
They'll ruin it. They'll do something.
You want a remaster?
They'll mangle my favorite game, and it'll make it.
You'll hate them more. You'll hate them more.
I want a remaster of Mass Effect, but I'm so scared that EA will mess it up somehow. Like, so bad. But yeah, that would be something I'd want. Let's see, what else would I want? From Sony, but they would never do that. I think they've given up on those IPs from like a million years ago.
Just name one.
G-Police. I'd love them to make a remaster of that, but they won't ever do that. Or Colony Wars. Like the old Psygnosis games, they were pretty fun when I played them way back on the PS1.
Back in
the day. I don't think they'll. I think those licenses, or not licenses, those IP are pretty much dead. They're in the back of the cupboard underneath the sheets, like being slowly devoured by moths.
And also, wait, so Kaki says, wasn't the rumor that it was Demon Souls?
From Boop? Yeah, maybe it could be.
But then also, Guns also said, I heard Legend of Dragoon. So.
Didn't they do a Legend of Dragoon game now for Xbox, wasn't there? Or was it Switch? I remember there was a Legend of Dragoon game that just came out recently. One of those.
A rumored Blue Point game. So I don't know. And then Maddie's also looking forward, like maybe GTA 6. I don't know because Rockstar's not going to be there. They're not part of the lineup, and maybe they just drop something. Dead Space.
That would be a big bombshell if Rockstar's like
GTA 6,
especially at Sony or whatever, just like here, GTA 6. They don't even have to. Boom. They don't have to do a trailer. They just have to say
GTA 6.
Rockstar GTA 6. Done.
Drop the mic and then leave. How come you
Ah,
really...
yes, that's what I'm thinking of, Kaki, Panzer Dragoon. Legend of Dragoon, that was an RPG. I'm trying to remember now. There's so many Dragoons.
And Bethany says, I had a dream GTA was delayed to 2027. You might not be far off.
Hmm.
I mean, you never know. I don't know with GTA. And then Dead Space Remake, T and Toasty said that. I wouldn't mind that. Because I really enjoyed Dead Space. And no, not a game with Hugh Jackman. Okay.
Wolverine 2.
I don't know. I actually don't know what I would look forward to. I really was hoping that they would like maybe expand into the Uncharted series, but I don't think they'll be doing that for a very long
I think I'm
time.
gonna give it a. I think I'm gonna give it a break for a little bit.
Yeah.
I
That,
don't like. It'll only be after Last of Us 2 is finally out and whatnot. Then they'll start maybe talking
yeah.
about it. And that's not even if they maybe think, maybe we should do like a new IP.
Yeah, either that or maybe something to do with God of War, the next God of War game.
Like, I actually wouldn't mind to see Naughty Dog like make a sci-fi game.
Do you think they will come up with a new IP?
I don't know. I think it's 50-50 at this point. They've done quite a bit with Uncharted. Like, I wouldn't say the story is like done, but like it feels like it's
No,
like it.
there's
You don't need to add any more. Like right now, you can maybe in the future, but right now you don't need to add more.
yeah, Guns says
And
we
that's
need
just me.
Amy Hennig back. No, you're
Uh,
right, Guns. Because I mean, I hate to say it, but Uncharted 3, I really did. I didn't like Uncharted 3. It was my least favorite Uncharted out of all of them.
mm,
Like, the first two were like. I mean, obviously, 2 is my favorite game of all time, but yeah. 3.
mm,
Yeah. But we'll have to see, guys. We'll just have to see. I think the most
yeah.
plausible shock for me would be news on the Breath of the Wild sequel. Oh, we forgot about that.
Nintendo's got that in their back pocket.
Yeah.
They'll just like, yeah,
Don't worry about that, Bethany. You'll get that from Nintendo.
that'll be like, okay, Sony releases, announces GTA 6 and Microsoft like reveal gameplay for Halo Infinite, and then like Nintendo's like, what?
Yeah,
What?
don't. Yeah,
What?
Bethany, you'll get that. I think that will be there
Yeah,
for
it'll be like,
everyone. Yeah.
you dare to take the spotlight away from me? Yeah, Breath of the Wild sequel.
Yes. Boom. But I mean, that was already like a boom when we all saw that. We're like, what? Like, and people
Yeah.
were like dissecting everything of that freaking trailer. It was just like, and I mean, it was really, really short too. So like, everyone was like, what the hell is going on in this? So that you might just get that. It might be like an early surprise for you, Bethany. And Kaki, because Kaki says, yeah, that would be nice. So we'll just have to see. The next couple of months will be interesting. And then by the time that's all finished, it will be like maybe September. Then they've only got October, November, and December, and by then we need consoles and everything like that.
Yeah, that's past announcement season. Like
Yeah,
now we're heading into announcement season. Like if you haven't announced stuff by like in the next few months, then it's
it's
probably
not
not going
gonna
to be relevant.
happen. Yeah, it's not gonna. I don't think it'll happen unless somebody just pulls a fast one. So yeah.
But you usually don't have enough time, because I know I don't like long reveal times. Well, not reveal times, like long hype train times where like the game's like 2 years out and they start hyping up the game, which is like
Yes.
way too soon. But you can't also leave it too late. Like you can't like start hyping up a game like a month or two from launch.
Yeah.
Like you need, like I think minimum 6 months.
But yeah, we'll have to see. Meanwhile, EA will announce FIFA 21, and we'll see.
Yeah, and there'll be the new Call of Duty as well. They'll show that off for Activision Blizzard. That'll probably be a thing.
Yeah,
Bungie will also show whatever update they have for Destiny.
Destiny. I mean, there's nothing else really.
Yeah.
There's some companies that I don't even recognize that was on that list. So that will be interesting. It's supposed to be, and also maybe they'll show some indie stuff. I don't know. Some indie games would be nice. But yeah.
But the thing is, like, I'm willing to be shown whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
anything. Because right now people are wanting. Give us
yeah.
stuff. Because, like, look at all. Just for this Assassin's Creed, I know everyone was excited about it anyway. But, like, everyone was just, like, watching because we haven't had any bits of anything that we were excited about. I mean, everyone was just like, it was like a little mini Christmas that's just like, oh my gosh, we get to see something new. Oh, whoa. Like, because we haven't had that now for a while. Oh gosh, this is like Mirror's Edge stuff. The cyberpunk thing. It's giving me nightmares. This is giving me nightmares. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. I mean, I think we've like touched on everything and we've done our deep dive of the Summer Games Fest
Should
and
just
what
call it
we,
Game Fest.
yeah, maybe I should just call it Game Fest. And what we can look forward to. I don't know what's going to happen this week because we have no game announcements that will just randomly pop up. Like we
No
had this
game announcements yet.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Be
like
positive.
okay, wait, because this week also it was like we didn't know what was going to happen, and then look, Valhalla
Yeah.
happened. So we'll just have to
Yeah,
see.
have a bit of faith.
Have a little. Okay, I'm having a little bit of faith in the gaming industry right now. So we'll have to see, but we will be back. Wait, what, Maddie? We never talk about Riot, but they are in the league of their own. PC gaming is huge.
Yeah, they're like a legend or something.
Is that? Am I supposed to catch on to that? Is that a joke?
I don't know.
League.
Maybe.
League of Legends. No, that's not them. Don't make me say
Nah.
stupid things.
No, I'm sure they don't make any big games.
Wait, let me just see if they weren't part of that list.
What list?
The list. The list. Riot Games are gonna be there, Maddie. They are part of the lineup for the Game Fest. So you might see something.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing more from Valorant and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, will it go out of beta?
So they will be there. So you can look forward to that, Maddie. Riot Games are gonna be there. And Warner Brothers. Maybe we'll get something from them. I don't know what, but something. But yes.
It'll be the new Batman game and like whatever.
You think.
Yeah.
You think.
That's like an open secret at this point. Like, if it's not Batman, I'll be shocked. It'll be like, psych, you all thought it was Batman, it's actually Robin.
And then Maddie says prediction for this month PS5 design reveal. It has to be. If they don't do it this month, oh gosh.
Like I said earlier, the latest they can leave it to is like June.
Yeah, it can't go on like this anymore. They really need to reveal it. Did you play Injustice 2? No. You did though, did you?
Maybe.
I think maybe against you.
I've played, yeah. I know the story there.
Yeah.
Bad Superman.
Bad Superman.
Like the facial animations in there was actually really good. It was surprising. It's like scary good in that game.
So yeah. But guys, we will catch you next week Saturday. Round about the same time. We'll try and keep it at the same time. And hopefully with more gaming news that will give us little tidbits, as I always say, during this next coming week, and hopefully it'll be awesome news. If there is any breaking news, we might do like maybe an impromptu stream. I don't know. If there is, over the next coming weeks, are you okay with that, info guy? If there is some random, if it's like big, to do with Sony maybe or whatever,
maybe.
Will you join me?
Will I join you?
Yeah.
In the dark side?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
We'll do that.
As long as you have cookies, I will join you.
Okay. There's always cookies on the dark side. But yeah, we'll try and do that. If anything does, if it's breaking news or something like that, or they just announce something randomly, we will try and have an impromptu stream for you guys. Just to have live reacts and everything so we can all discuss it with each other as well and see what's happening. Because that might just happen. I don't know. And Bethany says, "Ooh, I'd like an Injustice 3 purely for story."
Yeah, I think the Injustice series has a nice play on like the whole superhero universe.
Wait, like, Maddie nearly bought Injustice 2.
I'm sure it was free on PSN like a while ago. I'm sure it was.
And what? I don't remember. But anyway, Bethany gives you all the cookies to go to the dark side.
The only reason I joined the dark side is for the cookies.
For the cookies. You only get cookies on the dark side. But guys, we will catch you again next week, Saturday. Thank you so much for joining us. We always appreciate it. And all of you giving your input and telling us what you're looking forward to as well. And Also, don't forget, if you want to, you can keep on adding links and stuff to my Discord where there's gaming news and everything, and then we can bring it up, during the podcast. So you guys
Yeah.
can do that. So we got stuff to talk about as well. So thank you guys so much. Info guy, you want to sign off?
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. And I am LaFemmeN. As you all know, I'm signing off as well. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and we will catch you again next week, Saturday. Bye, guys.